We get the best of both worlds. The fastest reflexes modern technology has to offer, onboard computer-assisted memory, and a lifetime of on-the-street law enforcement programming. It is my great pleasure to present to you RoboCop.
Marketing and promotional material can be crucial to the success of almost anything. Hell, plenty of things that suck a bag of dicks do well because they're promoted and marketed to the nines, and genuinely phenomenal things tank and are poorly received because of poor and even incorrect or false marketing. Things like cross-promotion can really help too. If you can get a toy line out of your movie, show, or whatever, welcome to success. Look at G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man, Power Rangers. These things are huge because they're successful shows combined with successful toy lines. Hell, even unlikely things that get even more popular through further promotional material for kids, like RoboCop. Yeah, RoboCop, the world's most adult film, became a wide-sweeping iconic hero for children. Robo transferred into a toy line, Saturday morning cartoon, and comic book series so naturally that you'd think he was a family-oriented superhero before the ultra-violent Paul Verhoeven film. So what happens when you set out with a film that you intentionally want to spark a toy line? Well, I don't really know, but apparently one of the filmmaking results is the 1982 sci-fi action film, Megaforce. Megaforce is special. It's a film that truly wanted to take audiences by storm. It was a time when Star Wars was white hot and the best thing your film could be was to be of the sci-fi fantasy variety. You needed cool gadgets, daring heroes, quote-worthy dialogue, and an awesome toy line. Megaforce desperately wanted to be this, but kinda made less at the box office than it took to actually make the film, which was $20 million. It made about $2 in total. Okay, so maybe 1982 wasn't ready for the Megaforce. Maybe it kinda fucking tanked. But does that mean it was a bad film? Well, it's got a hell of a cult following, which means it did something right. The Megaforce are a super elite team of international soldiers that fight evil all across the globe. Given access to the most advanced equipment that the world's most brilliant scientists have to offer because they're just that damn good. I mean, I think you have to be the best in the world if you're going to wear a uniform like this. Only the world's toughest and most decorated soldiers proudly display their junk in such a glistening, shiny, golden spandex fashion. We're introduced to the Megaforce when General Not Michael Caine is having trouble across the border with a band of freedom fighters led by the fiendish dictator Guerrera. Michael Caine's birthday party look-alike and Major Zara, the president's daughter, meet up with two members of the Megaforce in the middle of the desert because the team is super secret. Dallas, a walking advertisement for Skull chewing tobacco, introduces himself by shooting a snake and showing off some Megaforce hologram technology, something that totally comes in handy later on in the film. And there's also Zachary Taylor, Megaforce's resident token black guy.
That is now to the pips of all of it. Winter, spring.
Zachary Taylor is also super cultured and well-versed in classy things because having a black guy that's average or less would be racist. Am I racist for saying that? Nah, who gives a fuck? We haven't even grazed the surface of how anti-PC this film is. We go into Dick Bulge Turbo Drive when the rest of the team show up, giving us a dazzling showcase of their Megaforce superbikes, exploding balloons with their fucking rockets. I don't think that's a waste of ammunition at all. And this daredevil jumping over the truck? Say hello to the commander of the Megaforce. You can spot a leader a mile away just based on how many times they pop a wheelie on their decal-coated Power Rangers cycle. And sweet Jesus, look at that hair. That shit is Swayze approved. This is Ace Hunter, leader of the Megaforce and taker of absolutely no shit. Sure, he made Michael Caine's stunt double and Major Zara way down in the boiling desert, but it's their fault for not recognizing his awesomeness.
Well, if it's a comfortable tour you're looking for, I have connections at Disneyland.
They get Carter and Zara and take them on an extended tour of Megaforce headquarters, the most fortified stronghold this side of the Cobra Terrordrome. Hunter shows off his Prince cosplay to Zara and they flirt. Maybe. In regards to judging a soldier by how many medals they have on their chest. Then they go have dinner, but not before sharing some awkward hand contact. I think I'm sensing a pattern here. It's probably nothing. Some more nifty holograms are used to show General Byrne, because I'm tired of making Michael Caine references, the battle plans for dealing with Guerrera and his army. The plan is dubbed Hook, Line, and Sinker. Hook him by launching a massive attack, line him by leading him across the border, sinking him into the clutches of Byrne's army. Then Dallas decides to show a dancing cartoon pig for some reason, and just bombs horrendously. Not even Hunter found it amusing, and look at him. He's a walking, self-aware, manly 80s stereotype. Zara decides that she wants to come along on the mission too, and this is where the movie gets interesting.
Commander, I'm a soldier, not a politician.
To the average viewer, Hunter denying Zara a part on the team is just plain sexist macho bullshit. But to someone who reads way too deep into this shit, it goes into a whole other place.
Major, my men are the finest soldiers that the free world can provide. Excuse my presumption, but I find it difficult to believe that you possess the same expertise.
Note that, men, have you seen a single female member of the Megaforce yet? To prove herself to Hunter, they go skydiving, because skydiving is a crucial part of being on the fucking Megaforce. No other soldier on Earth has done such a thing. So I guess if she pulls this off, they gotta let her be part of the team, right? Hell, she can even fly a helicopter. She even got a perfect score on the mission simulator. But he just can't take her on the mission.
Is it because I'm a woman?
No.
Then why?
Listen, you have got to understand. Those 60 guys, they have trained, they have fought, they've lived as one man. They think alike, to the point that they each know what the other man would do under any circumstance. And an outsider, like any outsider, would create enough uncertainty to jeopardize the entire mission. And more importantly, their lives.
You know what? Let's just go ahead and say it. The Megaforce are an elite squad of gay soldiers. By outsider, he means straight. Hell, he's given her this speech in front of a bright purple screen. He wears the most fabulous of shiny spandex outfits, each of which prominently displays his bulge. His parachute is rainbow colored. Think about it. Was he ever actually hitting on her? He got all weirded out when she accidentally touched his hand. Fine, in all technicality, the whole no girls allowed thing is probably more to do with the misogyny of the era. But with all the evidence that they do just work as a squad of gay action heroes, wouldn't you rather that than a band of misogynistic twat bags that refuse to let a girl on the team because girls have cooties? Also, and maybe this is pushing it, but fuck you, I don't care because it's my show, it really comes across like Hunter and Guerrera are old lovers. Sometimes it seems like the villain in an action film really wants to fuck the hero, but in this case you really do get a sense that these two used to bang, but still totally dig each other. And if that isn't enough, there's dialogue like this.
I love you. But you're hopeless.
Now, as mind-numbingly sexist as this film is, even with being able to pretend that it's a film about gay superheroes, it has nuggets of gender equality. Dallas notices that Hunter is sort of regretting not bringing Zara along. This, interestingly enough, goes against an established trope in movies regarding female characters, in that a large chunk of a girl's role in a film is talking about the male lead to another female character. Whereas here, we have two guys talking about a girl, and not just how hot she is or anything. That isn't even mentioned. It's to do with how she would actually benefit the team. It really is just a nugget, though. I mean, don't go expecting Zara to randomly show up and save the day, because it just doesn't happen. This movie is all Megaforce, all the time. Meanwhile, Guerrera is playing chess and cheating at it. I guess to show us just how truly fucking fiendish he is. Well, playtime is over because the Megaforce have touched down, and it's time to kick ass. On a 4-minute timer to absolutely wreck Guerrera's shit and get his forces to follow the Megaforce across the border, Hunter manages to do more in 4 minutes than Tom Cruise in all of Top Gun. Suck it, Maverick. Of course, with still about a half hour to go, we've yet to break the surface and truly experience how excellent this film gets. In brief summary, General Byrne is a cockknocker. He used the Megaforce to create an international incident. They were set up to look like the bad guys and be cornered by Guerrera's men at the same time.
I've learned one thing. It's all on the wheel.
The wheel.
It all comes around.
Naturally, our homoerotic heroes formulate an epic mass destruction plan to win the day, involving amazingly cheesy dialogue, a rainbow, tons of explosions, and an ending worthy of a film called Megaforce. Seriously, I don't think your fragile minds are prepared for this shit. So I'll tell you what, let's count down from 5, together, and when we reach 1, we bare our fists and shout Megaforce. Don't wuss out on me now. We're in this together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Megaforce! To the naked eye, Megaforce is a forgotten flunk of a time capsule. But if you're truly perceptive, you should be able to see that even though this movie didn't do too well at the box office, it became a big inspiration. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which began in 1992 in its original Japanese Super Sentai form, is influenced heavily by Megaforce. And if you think that's bullshit, the latest series to be produced is titled Power Rangers Megaforce. It's come full circle in 2013. The Trey Parker and Matt Stone film Team America World Police is also based heavily on Megaforce. Trey and Matt are huge fans of the film. If you look at Team America's headquarters and their vehicles, you can see very clearly that they were modeled after the headquarters and vehicles from Megaforce. This film also already had a cult following in the 80s and obviously pleased international markets. Because the Space Marines in Bruno Mattei's Terminator 2 are referred to as, you guessed it, the Megaforce. You just can't keep a good bad flick down. Megaforce was directed by Hal Needham, who brought us Smokey and the Bandit and Cannonball Run, so it's easy to see why Megaforce has such a self-aware and over-the-top charm about it. The co-producer of Megaforce was the Chinese company Golden Harvest. They were specifically chosen to ensure that Megaforce would also appeal to an Asian market with its Super Sentai style. Veteran actor of both the Broadway stage and screen, Barry Bostwick, played Ace Hunter. He had the perfect level of energy and self-confidence for this role, and has been in quite a lot of things, from TV shows like Spin City and the original Hawaii Five-0, to cult films like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Major Zara was played by Persis Kambata. She was Miss India in 1965, and her most well-known role is the bald Deltan alien from Star Trek The Motion Picture. Henry Silva played the excellent Guerrera, a villain that's nearly impossible to hate because of his high level of charisma. He's been in a lot of Z to B grade movies like Escape from the Bronx and Chained Heat. Michael Beck was Dallas, the wisecracking southerner of the Megaforce. He's probably most well known for playing the gang leader of 1979's The Warriors. What's interesting about that role and his role as Dallas is how absolutely different he sounds in both films.
Now, you know there's a big difference between rank and authority.
Why'd you do it? Why'd you waste Cyrus?
Megaforce is a spectacle of a film that was never meant to be taken seriously, but to be enjoyed for what it is. If I could compare it to a movie that's similar that did well but isn't nearly as good, it'd be Top Gun. Maybe you like Top Gun, and you're sitting there right now with your finger hovering over unsubscribe, but hear me out. Top Gun is laced with homoeroticism, with a plot that seems to promise a shit ton of cool action with jets and stuff, but is fairly uneventful and feels more like the filler scenes in a gay porno. Megaforce, on the other hand, is loud, shiny, self-aware, and action-packed. It has just as much homoeroticism as it does over-the-top action and epic visuals. Megaforce also teaches us what's truly important in life.